Adam and Eve are the first couple. Their marriage is literally made in heaven, no pun intended. And the Torah uses a peculiar or interesting term to describe their intimate relationships. Anybody remembers it? Very well. V'ha'adam yada et Chava. Adam knew Eve. That is how the Torah chooses to define physical sexuality the first time it's ever mentioned. A little strange. It's not like the Bible is bashful of using the term quite explicitly as it does numerous times. But with Adam and Eve, it chooses a different term. Adam knew Eve. Yada, from the word yada, lada'at, da'at, knowledge, awareness. But, I don't know how to say this nicely. We all know lots of people. Yeah, it's not funny. I'm also not laughing. Don't worry. For those who are not laughing, I also don't find it funny. They found it funny. But that's not my problem. But there perhaps is a very deep message here. The beginning and genesis and foundation of intimacy is really getting to know another person. In fact, it may even be the meaning of the English term, intimacy, into me see. You have to be able to really see into me, and I have to really be able to see into you. What does it mean to really get to know a person? How many of us take the time, and most importantly, the mental space, to really get to know and understand truly and thoroughly and deeply our partner, the other person? Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "We don't love other people, we love our version of them." We create a version of our friend or our partner or our spouse or our child in our mind, and that is what we love. But do I ever take the real time and energy to get to know you on your terms, not on my terms? V'ha'adam yada es Chava. Adam knew Eve. He actually took the time to really know who this person is. Even before that, when God introduces the notion of a relationship, he says, Lo tov hayota adam levado. It's not good for man to be alone. Es Eloi ezer kenegde. I'm going to create a helper against him. And that seems to be the best description of marriage. A helper against him. Really? I thought the spouse was supposed to be supportive. No. The first time marriage is described, a helper against him. Well, if she's a helper, she's not against him. If she's against him, she's not a helper. But the Torah is really saying something very profound. This is pointed out by two commentators, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi and Rabbi Naftali Tzvi Yehuda Berlin, the Netziv. And they both give a similar explanation, and that is, sometimes you help a person most by disagreeing with them, by being against them. Now, when you leave this lecture and somebody says, what did the rabbi say? I'm not sure you should say the rabbi said that it's a biblical commandment to disagree with your spouse, to make sure you're always against them. But the point that is being made is that when people disagree with us, especially people who are close to us, we often see it as a source of contention, when we should often see it as a source of enlightenment. The fact that you disagree with me actually allows me to broaden my horizons and see a larger perspective in life. So why is it that so many of us go crazy when somebody disagrees with us, especially if that person is in our house? The greatest blessing is to have somebody who can challenge you and demonstrate to you a perspective that you may not have instinctively embraced or thought of because of the limitations of your character, and which character is not limited. So there's a t-shirt that reads, I'm easy to get along with once you learn to worship me, which is the model some people have for marriage. The Torah's model is a helper against. If I'm only against you, then it's not going to work. If I want to help you, but part of being there for somebody is that we often disagree. We have divergent personalities, divergent views, divergent perspectives. It's when I can create space for your view and your perspective that my own life can get enhanced. I don't become a prisoner of my own stereotypes, of my own narrowness, of my own ego, of my own insecurities. And then Adam can actually get to know Eve, understand who this person is, really take time and energy to study who your wife is, who your husband is. And the same is true with other relationships. That real ability to know who that other person is, not only how you define them and what you expect from them.
If you like that video, hit the subscribe button and notification bell below for hours of the best Jewish content online.